It starts with the kind of story that teenagers dare each other to repeat in the dark, a tape with no name, no warning, and no explanation. Watch it, and in 7 days, you die. Katie thought it was just that, a joke, something silly to laugh about with her best friend on a rainy night. But a week later, she's found dead in her bedroom. Her heart stopped. No wounds, no signs of trauma, just a frozen face locked in a look of unspeakable horror. The kind of expression that suggests she saw something no living person should. Rachel Keller, Katie's aunt and a journalist known for her skepticism, is asked to look into her niece's death. What starts as a reluctant favor quickly turns into a dark pursuit as she uncovers strange connections between Katie and other seemingly unrelated deaths, each with the same timestamp. 1 week, each victim young, healthy, each death unexplained. Rachel begins to see the pattern not as coincidence, but as something crafted, intentional, a design hiding beneath the surface. Her search leads her to a remote cabin in the mountains, the last place Katie visited before she died. There she finds the tape, an old, unmarked VHS left behind like a loaded weapon. Out of instinct or stubborn curiosity, she watches it. The screen floods with eerie, fragmented images, a chair spinning in an empty room, a mirror reflecting nothing, a woman in white combing her hair, a lighthouse blinking in silence, and always a circle of light at the center. When it ends, the phone rings. A voice, flat and cold, says exactly what she hoped it wouldn't. 7 days. At first, she tries to reason it away. It's just suggestion, a psychological trick. But as the days pass, her doubt fades. The world around her begins to shift. Lights flicker. Static clings to everything. Her nose bleeds without warning. She sees a figure reflected in windows and screens, drenched and silent, staring from the edges of her life. Most frightening of all, her son Aiden, quiet, perceptive beyond his years, starts to change. He speaks as if someone else is in the room with him. He draws what Rachel hasn't even told him. He whispers about a girl in the dark. Rachel finds herself in a race against time, desperate to understand what she's unleashed. She teams up with Noah, her ex-partner and Aiden's father, who agrees to help despite his doubts. Their trail leads them to the story of Samara Morgan, a child unlike any other. Adopted by a couple on a remote island, Samara was never normal. Animals fled from her. Her presence drove her mother to madness. She was eventually locked away, her thoughts too disturbing, her abilities too strange. The horses the family raised began leaping into the ocean. People grew sick in her wake. Samara didn't speak much, but when she did, her words left scars. Rachel and Noah discover Samara was thrown into a well by her mother in a final attempt to end the torment. But the horror didn't stop. Samara's body remained there, and with it, a force that reached beyond death. The tape isn't just a curse, it's a channel, a message encoded with pain, and it wants to be heard. They find the well. Rachel climbs inside, the air damp and foul, the walls narrow as she descends. At the bottom, she finds her, Samara's remains lying at rest beneath years of rot and stone. Rachel thinks it's over. The body is given proper burial. She believes the curse is broken. She's wrong. The next morning, Noah dies, his face twisted, his mouth locked in terror, just like Katie. The realization hits Rachel like a blow. Freeing Samara didn't end the curse, it fulfilled it. The girl doesn't want peace, she wants presence, continuation, transmission. The tape is her voice. Her memory, her way through the world. It doesn't kill because it's evil, it kills because that's how it stays alive. Rachel, now frantic, races to find the difference between her fate and Noah's. Why did she survive? Why not him? The answer comes when she sees her copied tape. She had passed it on. That's what saved her. Not compassion, not discovery, just replication. Survival through sacrifice. Her son watches from the corner of the room, pale and trembling. He asks what happens to the person who sees the copy. Rachel doesn't answer. She can't. All she knows is that someone else must watch it. That's the rule now. Not just a chain, an infection. The tape lives on, passed from one set of hands to the next. Somewhere, right now, it's being watched. The phone is ringing. The days are already counting down.